Welcome Virgo, it's July 2017. Dadhichi here from astrological.com.au. 3 planets occupy the 11th house of your horoscope as the month of July commences. The Sun, Mars and Mercury, your ruler. The 11th house is not only a house of social activity and friendships, it also has a lot to do with fulfilling one's desire. The 11th house is the fulfillment of your lifelong dreams, in a way. So having 3 planets there right now shows either one of 2 things. One, you're formulating a lot of dreams right now. And also, we can see that because of also the fact that there are very strong aspects from Neptune, positive aspects I might add, from that 7th house of relationships and other people. So formulating the dreams, the ideals, the goals that you have in life. And number 2, fulfilling them. That's also on the cards. And attempting to fulfill them is shown by the drive. You know, Mars and Sun are militant planets. Mars is not particularly conducive to a smooth sort of path for those of you born under Virgo. Nevertheless, it makes you fight, and being near your ruling planet, it shows verbally and intellectually you are very fired up at the moment. And that's a fact with these planets in the 11th house. All the planets function well in the 11th house and give good results, notwithstanding the fact that there may be some other adverse aspects, positive aspects. We have to look at them on balance, which we can see in a more detailed personal reading. But we see some of the hard aspects here may be obstructing you from achieving those particular goals from that 2nd house of your horoscope. There is a right angle or a square aspect to Moon and Jupiter from these 3 planets, and that is a financial consideration. So that makes sense too. Sometimes we have a dream or an objective we want to fulfill, but because the challenge is coming from a certain area, in this case money may be an object. You know, in some cases it's no object, but in this case there may be some obstruction or delays shown by these planets, the Moon and Jupiter. Now we see that there is a full moon taking place in your 5th house of creativity on the 9th. So this means the moon swings around and is going to be very powerfully influencing the planets Mars and Mercury as well. So you have to be careful there that impulse, speculation, 5th house is speculation, romance, love affairs, but let's just stick to the theme there of this achieving your objectives in life being opposed and maybe too impulsive. Maybe you'll do things at that time of the month. You know, when the moon is full, all sorts of strange things happen. In your case, having the opposition of the Sun, Mars and Mercury makes it all the more likely that you'll be rather passionate, over-emotional and impulsive in the way that you approach these desires that we've been talking about. We see professional activities by not only, Mercury, which is not only your sun sign ruler, but indicating your vocation. Mercury is going to go through some pretty wild aspects. I'd like to talk about those over the next couple of minutes before we finish up. Mercury squaring Uranus, that can really set your nerves on edge around the 5th. The movement to the 12th house brings a more low-key period for around 20 to 25 days, while Mercury transits the sign of Leo starting on the 6th. It moves out of that sector on the 26th. So this could be a planning stage where you collect all your intellectual energies. Not a bad idea, given what we've just discussed there about your goals and your ambitions and the troubles that you could be experiencing with the opposition from, Pluto and the full moon in that 5th house. There are, however, some really wonderful aspects on the 7th, the sextile to Venus, on the 15th, the sextile to Jupiter, on the 20th, the trine aspect to Saturn, all fortifying aspects assisting you. Now, these can be general energies or they can be actual people. For example, Venus, in your case, is ruling the 9th house, people at a distance, and Venus is currently moving through this area. Teachers, people that are mentors can give you good advice under that Venus sextile aspect. Jupiter is ruling the 4th house, which is family and partner. It rules 2 houses of your horoscope. So take the advice you get, because that will help you. It's also lucky to some extent, that Jupiter one especially, Mercury sextile Jupiter on the 15th. And then you have a trine aspect to Saturn, which solidifies and consolidates a lot of what you're doing. Saturn is a very favourable planet. It makes you realise that you can't take rash decisions and expect things to work out in your favour. So that's going to slow down your thinking, particularly. That takes place on the 20th, just as Mercury, just before Mercury moves out into the sun sign of Virgo on the 26th. And that's an excellent phase beginning there, 26th till the end of the month, and one that makes you feel really, really confident about what you're doing, and also helps your relationships as well. Don't forget to join me again next month, same time, same station. Look at the daily, monthly and yearly reports we have there, completely free at astrology.com.au. Personal readings with myself or any of our number of practitioners, our affiliates, are available to you there at the site. And I look forward to your company next month. Bye-bye now.